Alright, I recently made this recording, but for some reason, settings on the computer had configured it to make my volume on the mic drop over and over and over again, so it was very hard to listen to. There might be some background noise right now, but it should be fairly withstandable, I suppose. I can't think of the word. It should be easier to understand what I'm trying to say, though, now that it's not broken. Anyway, I recently started taking melatonin to sleep, and I realized that it gave me a little bit more vivid dreams, and I had actually been expecting more than that after reading some descriptions of dreams that people had whenever they were on melatonin, but I also read that they were taking much higher dosages than me. But after a little while, I had upped my dosage of melatonin to 9 milligrams, and I was getting a little bit more crazy of dreams. So I looked up I eventually started mixing together diphenhydramine, or Benadryl, and melatonin together. 3 melatonin, 1 diphenhydramine, which was 25 milligrams. So 9 milligrams of melatonin and 25 milligrams of diphenhydramine together. That put me to sleep really well, but it also got rid of my dreams. For some reason, diphenhydramine's never given me crazy dreams. Benadryl has never given me crazy dreams, so it got rid of all my crazy dreams and just, it put me to sleep as fast as possible, which was what I was originally going for, until I heard that melatonin actually helped you to have lucid dreams, and that the dosage to take was not dangerous, to take that level of melatonin to achieve lucid dreams. So I decided that I was going to try it, and I looked up the dosage that other people were trying to get this same effect. And so I just wrote, I had one of the most vivid dreams I've ever had in my life, and I wrote down what happened in the dream, and then I typed out a pretty long description of what happened and what I've been doing recently, and I thought that I would record that. I'm not sure if you're going to like this or not. You may not. If you're interested in this kind of thing, then you might want to, as I've never had a vivid dream before, nor have I had a lucid dream before. And with this specific dosage, this is the closest I've ever come in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and read what I have written down, and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to start in about 3 seconds. Alright. Dream 1. Melatonin. So, recently I started to take melatonin to help me get to sleep after I came to Florida, and through research I found that melatonin can help you to have crazy dreams if a high enough dosage was taken. So, I also learned that dosages as high as 6,000 milligrams were given to people with only slight bad side effects recorded, while the dosage for lucid or vivid dreams had a dosage of 20 to 50 milligrams, and sometimes as high as 120 milligrams, that being lower than 6,000. So I attempted a double dose of what I had been taking the night before, which was 9 milligrams of melatonin. So I bumped that up to 18 milligrams of melatonin, which is fairly close to 20. I don't like taking too much of something, so I had the most shockingly vivid dream I have ever had in my life. So vivid, in fact, that when I awoke, the only word I could fathom was, "Whoa." Now, I am not one who uses that word often, so much so that it has great meaning even to me when I state it, especially when I state it randomly. And as odd as that may sound to people, the dream was so shockingly real to me that I had no idea I was asleep, which is unusual to me, as normally I can simply open my eyes during a dream to wake up. I happened to write down what the dream entailed when I awoke. Here is the log of said dream, starting in 2 seconds. I was on my way to the Cobblestone Hotel on a bus. A very attractive woman was sitting behind me, and after some time of sitting together, she began to rub my back. It felt as though we were already close, so this was not unusual to me. After a while of rubbing my back, she pulled out some aloe vera lotion with powder in it and began to rub my back with it. It felt somewhat of what I would imagine a dissolved melatonin pill would feel like, if let dissolved and then let to dry back out, and lotion mixed together. She rubbed my back for what seemed like a few minutes, and then I looked out the window at the clouds. It was almost nighttime, so what I saw was shocking, as I had a more realistic idea in my mind of how the sky faded to night. I literally got up out of my seat and looked through the window and stated something like, "Oh my God," or something like that. What I was viewing was semi-3D, meaning it was 3D in the views of 2D, so it was like 3D, but it was like painted. It was a giant, detailed, pitch-black cloud falling from the sky to cover it in darkness. It was over a skyline of a city. It was a gigantic city. It was very orange because of the sun, but the pitch-black cloud was coming down to cover it. Objects were coming from the cloud, much like machines, but I remember very little about them. All I can remember is that they were the same color as the clouds, that they were machines, and that they appeared to be flying. I remember feathery streams of the cloud that had what seemed to be bubbles at the end, dark bubbles with feathery streams of the cloud covering portions of them. The girl on the bus comforted me, however, and calmed me down fairly rapidly, as if she was someone I trusted with my life. She mentioned something about being able to dye my skin color for, quote-unquote, the party. I said no, and we both shyly laughed it off, but she then had to get off the bus at her stop. After she did, I asked the others on the bus which bus line this was. They stated clearly it was a bus to the Cobblestone Hotel. I said that I was going to have to ride this line more often because of the attractive woman, and the person I was talking to on the bus chuckled. It was a bald man. It was a bald man dressed in a hoodie, hooded down, and jeans, I believe. I then proceeded to jump on my tablet or laptop and check the Cobblestone Hotel's website for more information about the hotel. I stumbled upon a portion of the website with a profile picture of me, where I was the only one in the picture, smoking what seemed to be a blue electronic cigarette. The funny thing is, that was the end of the dream, but the funny thing is, after I awoke, I remembered that that actual picture of me was of me from a previous dream. A dream I had maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I had a dream about running around a hotel. It was lots of people, but it seemed that I was the only one around, and I had a little black electronic cigarette with a blue tip, which happens to be the blue spelt BLU electronic cigarette, and I was smoking it, running around the hotel, having fun. It was a lot like a cruise. It was a lot more like a cruise than a hotel, but it was a hotel. Anyway, so the picture was actually of me smiling, laying back, smoking a blue electronic cigarette, and I had actually done that in a previous dream. It blew my mind. Anyway, after all this, I was awoken, and I stated, "Whoa," because I had no clue at all I was asleep. Normally, even after awakening, I have some idea that I am dreaming, but this time, it was a different experience. When I was awoken, my mind was spinning. I felt that it could not understand that we were still in bed. I was breathing a little heavily, and for that reason, and for a brief moment, I felt as if I was going to have an anxiety attack, which is something I've never had before, and I hope you excuse me if this is wrong to use as an example, because I simply could not fathom the idea that I was asleep that entire time. I was asleep at the time of this dream for a period of 1 hour. The dream felt at least 30 to 40 minutes long, and to this day is the most vivid dream I have ever experienced. I took 18 milligrams of melatonin, and I will be continuing this experiment later tonight and recording the dream that I have, if I have any dreams that are this vivid. I will be taking 21 milligrams tonight, as that's 3 milligrams higher than I took last night, to see if I can attain lucidity this way. A lot of people are saying that with high enough dosages you can obtain lucidity literally all night, and you can maintain it. Some people even state that it's better than being awake. So I will record another one of these and put them on YouTube as my dream journal, my web dream journal. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that you all have a wonderful day or night, and hopefully you can attain lucidity or dreams this vivid as I have. I can't really explain it, but it felt real to me. It felt as real as being awake. So, if any of you are listening to this and have and want to be able to do something like that, then I may have actually found the answer. Alright, good night, guys.